Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Maty and this is the new teachings of Andrew Bartzis with Two Feathers Medicine. So in today's show I'm going to be talking you through or leading you through the advanced heart meditation. This is one of Andrew's fundamental meditations. So if you go to Andrew's website, andrewbartzis.com, and you sign up for the email list, this is the first meditation that you'll get. It's free. It's a very important meditation, in my opinion. It's one of the foundational meditations of Andrew's teachings. It is a teaching and a meditation, hence what Andrew calls a meta-teaching. So, what this meditation teaches us is how we use the DNA skin suit, our bodies, as a skin suit of awareness, as a programmable DNA skin suit. It's basically teaching us how to use the body as technology that the soul inhabits, and how we can go to greater levels and greater layers of actually using this technology in this reality that we found ourselves. So things like the programming of the blood, the fortification of the blood, the clearing of the heart and the pericardium and the waters within the pericardium, the bone marrow. These are magical processes. So the way that I do this meditation is that I have many different versions that I do. So you can leave it as it is, as Andrew has transcribed it, with the many different layers in there. So there's the journey itself. There's the prayer processes that Andrew teaches us. So there's parts in there which in some documents Andrew will highlight. And this means that this is a statement of potency. Then there's the journey itself and the teachings. So what I can do is you can take pieces out, put pieces back in, and that's exactly what I've done here for you guys today. So this is much the way that I would do my own meditations. Sometimes I will do them short, sometimes I will do them long. It really depends on how much time I have on my hands in any given moment, or whether there's something that I really wish to address within my own life. I will do a short version that's condensed, where I'll take out all of the teaching parts, because I've already assimilated those over the many years that I've been doing this meditation, as I'm sure most of you have, or many of you have, should I say. And then I will add music into the background, light language, other bits and pieces, but keep it short and condensed so that if I'm ever busy, I can still do my meditations. Then other times I may do them long ones, where I add in lots and lots and lots of different layers and information and visualizations. I do find that when I do this meditation and I am responsible with the prayers that I put into the bone marrow, it always takes me to a new level of awareness. But what happens is, when I do it initially, I get that first high, I suppose is the best way you can say, that first step up from the new meditation, especially if the prayers that I put in are well thought out or very poignant to whatever I'm going through in the now. And then eventually over time, its potency deteriorates. And this is a sign for me that I have attained my new level of awareness, and that it's time to look towards re-recording it. And so I will look at any issues that are in my life, seen or unseen, and I will come up with a poetic way to address that and put that into the bone marrow. So also I have a process and certain visualizations and layers that I use within my own shamanic process that I add into this as well. And I've done this in this meditation, in this particular version of this meditation that I've done for you guys. I've added in just some gentle music in the background, some light language. I've taken the order of the meditation as it's written on the transcript that Andrew produced, and changed it around somewhat just to suit my own flow. I've added in some other parts of my own, and I've taken out a few little bits. But for the purpose of this meditation, I've left in the majority of the teachings for anybody that may be new to this meditation. So there's a couple of other things here as well. We're going to be visualizing light. And when we're visualizing that light, I'm using what's called the shaman's breath. So it's just a simple process of restricting the breath. And I use this to push out energy. So if I was to push out energy from my heart now in a meditative state, or indeed, in a psychic surgery or any other format where I would be moving light, I use this breath to amplify that process for myself. So it's a restrictive breath like this. Instead of, it's, and you can restrict it at different levels, different layers. So if I was to push out light, I would go, that's something that's in this meditation. So please join in with it. Use your breath, push the light out with the imagery. So, having said that, I think we're just about ready to get into this meditation. So get yourself seated and relaxed, and I will see you after the meditation. The Advanced Heart Meditation. This will require a few layers of personal imagery. The challenge here is to allow the imagery to create as the voice, and the imagery of the voice to create within yourself. The heart is the resonance process, and what I'm assisting with here is the resonance process. This meditation and teaching is one by design to give that energy, that frequency, that knowingness, that wisdom. So here is a set of images that you can co-create within your own mind that will assist you at the advanced levels of clearing the heart. So breathe and relax. Come into oneness. Whatever that truly means to you, come into unity. Whatever that truly means to you. Allow the distractions to fall away and allow your knowingness to expand. Allow your life force to be at its highest potential. For what we're about to go on is a journey of the heart, and it's understanding of perspectives and how perspectives create misunderstandings. Now, what I would like you to do is to summon the image of a heart, your heart. See it within your chest, but have no fear here. Allow yourself to see the image of the heart muscle, its valve, the aorta, the veins and the muscles. This is the physical representation of what started you as a little micro being when a sperm and an egg met, and the first cells that were created made the heart. This is your first step into knowingness. This heart muscle that has grown to this age that you are today, and it is a part of every experience you'd ever been, and every experience you will ever be, past, present and future. Now we're going to light up this heart with golden light. So see the imagery and light it up. Make it shine brighter and brighter and brighter. Isha hadikeel go ichika abi injuhe sa in le maka arikela sakatilia la madilish la illa mahala mahon bo de kahadijikel garihelihen. Give this heart muscle love. This is the very essence of self-love. Bring energy to this heart muscle that's inside of you. Bring it rainbows, butterflies, wisdom, knowingness, life story, experience, joy, happiness, and all of those things that make this life great. This heart muscle is your interacting point of consciousness. It is the moving frequency of time. Allow this heart muscle to have complete and total access to your brain, your wisdom, your intellect, your sympathetic and parasympathetic. Allow this heart muscle neutral access to all aspects of the physical body that have been disconnected through trauma or spirit energy. Allow this heart muscle to come into union with the spinal column and all of the fascia around the heart muscle. This is the white, stringy substances in the images. Allow it to relax so the heart is not under intense pressure. Oftentimes, when we take damage from the heart from loved ones that have caused us trauma or pain, it goes to the fluid energy inside of the pericardium. summon the image of the pericardium around your heart. For here is where we hold some of our most ancient pains of this lifetime and of other lifetimes too. The heart is surrounded by this pericardium, this protective sac that holds fluid. So when the heart is pumping at higher or lower rates, this fluid assists the muscles pumping, so it does not have to use as much energy. See this frequency. See this pericardium as the shell of the heart. For here is where we must make conscious application of the sacred, so the heart muscle is in alignment with this meditation. So focus on the heart once again. See its green and red energy. See the golden light that we've created. Now we're going to light up the pericardium with this light. Brighter and brighter and brighter. Shahaditel gardkum uk oshindeketeu lambuk ohartkum Feel this light as it heals the pericardium and cleans it like a power washing system, like a car going through a car wash or a thunderstorm coming through your heart. Allow this deep inside of you, this cleansed feeling of protective armor. You must now empower with this new imagery. The pericardium now is a filter so that time is not as damaging to the heart. The pericardium is now the filter that allows the heart more frequency when the mind experiences no time. So the heart and the mind are no longer disconnected by that resonant frequency. Empower and imprint this into your pericardium. The pericardium must now regularly be cleaned as a part of your meditative process. This is known as continuous upkeep of our spiritual beliefs and processes. The next layer now is your central nervous system. It is inter-co-creating and interconnected with every single beat of the heart, with every action of every cell, within every creation of fluid excretion that creates some form of biomechanical reaction. The heart is completely a part of it. You must now bring your awareness into this heart muscle, connected to its shell pericardium. Bring your mind, your intellect, your ego, your sympathetic and your parasympathetic into this heart muscle. For these are all of the connections to the central nervous system that you need. Bring them into sacred neutral witness and a spiritual court of equity. From the heart muscle that began at birth, declare that frequency inside of your heart. I want you now to focus on your central nervous system. It branches throughout the whole body, going off in every direction, with roots that go off into every other direction. We're going to now bring a light to the whole of the central nervous system, illuminating this root and branching system. Allow your mind that's within your heart to co-create with this golden light, flowing into all parts of your body, mind and soul. Challenge your intellect to have the imagery and discipline to co-create the light source. Challenge your sympathetic to allow your body this experience. Challenge the parasympathetic to let down and to allow the mystical to occur. Now, light it up. Tuko haji kelaha, sahite kembito ko hakin kelepekoa. Tike ella luchiko hite kelu, artikel makotok umkortum, umbawaha. Breathe. In this moment of full light from the heart, we must understand what walking forward means. We have to understand the very blood that's in our body, that the heart is pumping at all times. Go directly into the valves that create the actual pumping action and see inside of your blood. Your very life essence flow. Focus your intellect upon this heart muscle. Allow your intellect to understand how this pumping of blood, this spiritual machine that started you at birth, is the most vital organ in your body. It must have complete and total access to the being that you are on all levels of awareness, in full protection with the I Am Self. There can no longer be any other form of dislocation, mislocation or non-access. The heart is where we began, and it is not a point to be misused. Allow this beautiful energy in. The heart is a transmutation vessel of life force, and anything within its blood can be transmuted at will when connected with the I am heart fetus being. For the higher purpose of clearing and understanding our reality, take this knowledge deep into your mind. Connect it to the heartbeat of you. I want you now to focus on your blood, constantly flowing around your body. We have to regularly look at our blood and understand that we take on energy from others into our blood, some at the surface of our auras and others deep into our blood. We must actively clear that blood, much like saging a room. Let us now clear this energy from our blood. So focus on the blood. All of the blood has now been cleared. Now, we will empower this blood. So I want you to see your individual blood cells, trillions of blood cells in constant motion. We're going to light up each and every one with this golden light. Are we ready? Light them up. Satichika labitiko hardikilla labatikilla, sukadetichilla matikillaha, radikatoko ukatoko ushk illa pachikilla matikitaka alila mahaduduko urtikilla mashinkille, sukohorkibilla maha, sangarikete pachikilla makatana kawaha. Breathe. Now, we must go into the marrow of our bones. For here is where we take command from the heart that is connected to all fluid and interactive systems through the central nervous system to the blood and to the marrow. The marrow is constantly creating blood around about every 56 days. So, summon the image of your skeletal system. See it looking at you. Seated or however you are in front of you. Wherever there is hollowness in a bone, there is marrow that's producing blood cells, that is connected to a system that brings blood into the body. This is your central focus. All of those hollow points within the bones that create blood. Now, we're going to go into the marrow and create this golden light, saturate every single aspect of it. Satichilla labadikotoko urko hortichille mehlaha ukumshka All of the current blood in your system has now been cleansed and cleaned with this golden light. All aspects in the blood that are bringing about an illusion of the heart, mind or soul are now converted with this golden light into creation, inspiration and dreams. The next step is the depthness of your marrow. For here is where we begin to put an imprint of what it is that you want out of life. If you want to begin to seek the mystical and the sacred, then you imprint into the very marrow that will be creating blood for the next 56 fraud days. When we imprint into our own marrow, we are responsible for the vigilance it takes to ensure that it is our I am selves who are imprinting and not our programs. So we do not give these programs access to our marrow and our new blood. So, focus on your bone marrow. I now make this prayer and imprint it into my bone marrow and my new blood. I, this being of the now, choose to be empowered. I choose to be free of the self-defeating habit patterns and inner programs of destruction and limitation that stunt my growth. They stunt my natural co-creative evolution as a natural-born being of Earth. I choose to be free from my self-imposed shackles of expectation and doubt, roadblocking my divine potentials to be a truly unlimited being, not bound by fate or destiny. I choose faith. I command the sympathetic and parasympathetic to shut down and allow greater growth as I piece by piece dismantle their web of destruction and entropy. I will heal the past traumas and change my potentials of this now moment. This ever-present state of choice. I will use hindsight and foresight to chart a new course of life, no longer repeating the mistakes that brought no illumination. So I move from karmas to dharmas. Thus, I change my own stars. I change my potentials with each action, each thought, each sacred breath. Each moment to moment I live in a natural co-creative flow with the universe, with Great Spirit as my guide and guardian into the great mysteries of life and to the oceans of awareness and time. Birth after sacred birth. I call to my sacred frequency of life force, to the raw spirit that fuels my expression of life drive. Come into my marrow and my new blood and give me divine energy, divine inspiration, and the courage, commitment, and discipline to grow in the now. For my roots, they issue forth into the earth, connecting me to the tree of life, to its sacred body and branches that emanate the heart space knowingness of the fifth world of peace. These roots connect me to those great dreamers of peace in the ancestral realms of earth. Reach out to me in dreaming, so we may bridge the gap between the red and blue roads, learning to walk the purple walk of life as living ancestors in equal co-creation, non-competition, non-hierarchal order as our emanation with all other expressions of life. My trunk is my core, my life walk. Within it are the rings of my experience. Every victory I've ever had, no matter how big or small, every prayer, every ritual, every revocation and invocation, every offering and blessing I have ever created, every ceremony and meditation, all of my joy, pain, love, laughter and loss, every smile and every tear, every time I've looked at the sun or the stars and felt that inspiration and impetus to grow. Every experience of this life, past, present and future, that led to this self-illuminated master I am now, is imprinted into my bone marrow as a victory. A victory. My trunk is my strength. My roots keep it firm and sound. It stands the weather of time and reminds me, I am still here. But to get here I had to grow. I had to change. I had to become something stronger. Death after sacred death. My branches reach out to all of the cosmos, for these are my multidimensional presence, my infinite expression, interweaving with the universal web of co-creation, connection and exchange. For the planets, the moons, the nebulas and the stars, the galaxies and the great wonders of this universe are as much a part of my experience as the grass beneath my feet and the wind upon my face. My leaves are my connection to source, dense foliage reaching towards the great universal central sun, taking in light and sound, creating spiritual photosynthesis, feeding my soul, my body, my roots, my life. In my autumn times of my life walk, my leaves may fall, but I remain stood. I remain standing. And as sure as the winter passes, so does the spring arrive, and my foliage grows anew, vigorous and impervious to the harshness of seasons past. I connect my marrow and my new blood to Grandfather Sun, to the great stadiums of knowledge and celestial exchange, so I may find my way to the stars, to share my wisdom with the solar frequencies of what it took to get here, for I've earned that rites of passage over and over again. I empower my bone marrow with my love of this earth, our celestial sister, the seventh dimensional galactic seed planet of ancient and future legends, and with her love for me, to see the great compassion and wisdom in her eyes, to walk hand in hand with her in the dream so she can guide me through my responsibilities as a teacher spirit in the fifth world of peace, so we can seed her wisdom to the stars and beyond. I connect my bone marrow to the galactic central sun, and to every galactic central sun I have ever existed in, past, present and future, that is a signature frequency match for the fifth and sixth worlds of universal peace. I call to the universal fetus in the womb of creation, you who is shapeless and formless yet shaped and formed. I call to your infinite wisdom. I connect you to my fetus in my heart, this heart that grew into that fetus, beating the great drumbeat of life. So my heart is at one with the heart of the universe in a harmonic expression of love. so that every beat of my heart that will be pumping this new blood will be heard throughout the universe as a broadcast of peace. The great remembering has begun. We are creating it all. Dahajika, Shajika uinche, elemejiko a inche, Shaichike be inchoka a, Shaichiko a limaka ichiche, Soka aji ilbaka ilimeka unge, Soko inchike lemaka, Dohorke boko shinkataki chikele bagoha, Dokortkung ushunde. Now, I bring the densest form of infinite light into my marrow, connecting my marrow to the infinite colours of Source itself. I create a sun of this light within each and every one of my bone marrow cells within my body. With this sacred empowering imprinting into my bone marrow my new blood that will be within me for the next 56 days, may I make free will choices and be empowered enough to experience true freedom. True freedom from the external and internal influences of distraction, disconnection and separation, and evolve. Doheda, Sarkargite Kahada, Natichukoelaha, Ishungata Pachinkel, Ukorkilala, Skumushku, Majeta Jinte ke Bagita Gualdoka Lele, Usinte ke Naha Jingielaha Waha. These are the types of imprints that you want to bring. For each time that you go into the marrow, you always want to double down and put more upon it, because this is your ability to co-create as a multidimensional being and channel an agenda for the very blood that's within you. For the blood that is to be produced for the next 3 days, you are going to be under special energies. You are bringing the highest form of heart co-creation and spirit into your being, so you may see higher frequencies, so you may shed off inner traumas and transmute any heart damage into joy and happiness, so you may summon more strength to make more of your soul present. This is your divine co-creative right to speak and embody these words. The next layer now is your heart chakra, the actual energy system that creates the photonic light intersection of a soul stream manifest in the body of now. It is a spiraling green frequency front and back. I want you now to bring the image of your own face and overlay it over your heart, mind and soul. This is the residual image of this lifetime, your heart and your face. This is the I am presence now. Past versions of you have different residual images, but they share the same soul-light frequency. You must reconnect to this being of the heart. I want you now to see the sperm and the egg meet at the moment of your conception. See a flash of light. See the cells divide and create a tiny heart. See that heart grow into your fetus. Now, place that fetus inside of your heart. Now I want you to be that fetus within your heart. Feel the womb, the fluid, the umbilical cord, your arms, your legs, and the heart all around you pumping. Around the heart is the pericardium and its sacred waters of life. Sangaripitela uella mahitukuha shangarikahalawaha. Now, we surround all of this with Earth Mother. See her all around you. See the poles above and below, the oceans and the land masses. Mahloel, layakachikwaikishka, changachike ekukowaginge, changarika chinkelie. The final layer now is grandfather son. Cascadi che te peglie, guardo con guardi che il udco unco mka inch che il ndco Finally, we must clear out the medulla that chooses adrenaline action before heart-based action. So connect to your medulla at the base of the brain and light it up with this golden light. Godi te chikati kele le bako kongar kele makishinke te kele kahari kele patichile sungar ke betaka hikete kelo ukongo hela buko shinkya ingele. I actively disconnect the medulla from direct adrenal gland action and any emotional response that is not directly related with heart-spaced action. For the heart will always know when to act or react, for it has learned very much over this lifetime how this reality works. Now I want you to put your hand on your heart and state to your heart, I'm not afraid of light switches turning on or off, or a noise or a shadow in the room. I shall not have a flint response ready for something in an invisible corner. I turn off all systems of paranoia and I allow myself, this being that was born in this technology, who has gone through the birth and the great forgetting and the great remembering of who I am. I bring forth into this being. I disempower the sympathetic and the parasympathetic from creating any new programs, and I delete any other program that disconnects this I am from my central nervous system, or my ability to co-create with my blood, my bone marrow, and my chakra system. Naha de doho. So hojakahi kepe kohungwahi. Shakichi kelembki te kohagitish gungalile mehel. Sangor kapachinkele rapatikile kahaka. Tokande kepete tu hit buko kel. Tuko buko tuko ukoshin kita achik buko buchik isn't the kel. The kitaka akichko kishi buko buko tuko. See you in the dream world. So there we have it, the advanced heart meditation. Incredible, powerful healing. So I encourage everybody, if you haven't already, record this meditation in your own voice. You can add music, contract revocations, invocations, prayer, anything you want. Just be creative, be potent, and enjoy the process. Most important is joy. If you can't do these meditations without joy, you're not doing them right. So in the next show, I will be bringing you the Sanctuary for All Souls, which is another incredible, powerful mediteaching from Andrew. This one is a meditation of source connection. So that is the end of the show. So please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It makes a big difference to us. Links will be below. Anybody who doesn't have this meditation yet, you need to head on over to andrewbartzis.com, sign up for the email, and it's the first one that you'll get. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you very much. Please, by all means, leave your experiences in the comments section, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.